Ladies and gentlemen, I salute you all in the name of the Almighty. Daniel Walusimbi is my name, the legitimate FUFA president. I would like to welcome you to our third episode of the Football in Captivity series. I hope you will find it so interesting, enlightening, and educative. And also hope you will share this information with your networks. I would still like to start my episode by reminding ourselves that for somebody to be able to get the right answers must have asked the right questions. Ti omuntu yenna okubeera oba okufuna answer entuufu alina okuba nga yeebuuzizza ebibuuzo ebituufu. Otherwise, if we keep on asking the wrong questions, we'll keep on getting the wrong answers. So, our very important question to be addressed in this third episode is, what do we really want out of this struggle of liberating our beautiful game? For so many years, we have been in this struggle, and I know many of you would really want to know what we are advocating for in this struggle. And actually, I remember the former Honorable Minister of Education, the former Honorable Minister of Sports, Honorable Bakabulindi, asked me this question. And without any hesitation, the answer was, we would want football to win ahead of all our personal interests. We would want football to win ahead of all our personal interests. What do we mean by football winning? What do we mean by football winning? When we talk about football winning, we envision a federation that is constituted legally. We envision a legally constituted federation that is accountable to all football stakeholders and the Ugandan public too. Because a national association runs football on behalf or in trust of the public. So, bwe tugamba omupiira okuwangula, tuba twevisioninga a national association eri accountable ku bonna ab'omupiira ne Ugandan public because running omupiira on behalf of the public. You know, when we talk about football, as in football winning, we envision an environment where football unites rather than divide all stakeholders, as it is these days. Twevisioninga omupiira ogugatta so gwawula nga bwe kiri ennaku zino. You know, when you talk about football winning, we envision an environment where we have an institutionalized federation, where all member associations are professionally empowered to carry out their mandate in the football industry, other than having a one-man system as it is with the Scoreline Investments Limited, which is feigning to be FUFA, the National Association. Twagala omupiira nga guli well institutionalized. Era nga buli member association ekola omupiira erina mandate okulwaninga duties zaayo ezifuula FUFA. Singa bino webiri kati. For example, Jinyizo Bawa, a players association. The people who are claiming to be players delegates are employees of the FUFA executive, of the Scoreline executive. Now you wonder, how can they represent the interests of the players in case an executive exploits them, as it has always been? Tebasobola because oli mukama waabwe. You know, when we talk about football winning, we envision a federation that is all inclusive in character and make sure that all its stakeholders are involved in all the most important decision-making processes, more so concerning themselves and the game. But as we speak right now, of course, the private limited company does not need to consult anyone when they are making those decisions. Tebeetaga beebuuzaako nga bakola decisions zaabwe because your private company, Scoreline Investments Limited. But for a federation that we are talking about, it must be all inclusive in character. You know, we envision the full executive that is working for the member associations, who in actual sense are their bosses, not vice versa, as being portrayed by Scoreline Executive. The Scoreline Executive has become a federation of its own, and it is isolated from all member associations. What we're talking about, federation, kuba executive ngekolera member associations, not the other way around. We envision a federation where there is a legally binding football constitution that is ratified by the football stakeholders, that can't be altered by any individual anytime they feel like, to fit their selfish personal agendas without the know or involvement of the football stakeholders. Twagala nga waliwo constitution efuga omupiira era nga mutasobola kujja n'amalaga gikyusanga bwayagala kufittinga their personal agendas as it is of today. You have like 3 constitutions. You will have a constitution that is talking of FOFA Limited. You have a constitution that is talking of Scoreline Investments Limited. And I hear now they are calling themselves FOFA the Trust. No. And you need a constitution that is published publicly and also made available to every member association or stakeholders. Tebagina. Balibo bakyusanga ebagala ebalabako bagala okuteekamu akabafiitinga, they just change. So the federation we're talking about, we must have a constitution that was ratified by the stakeholders. When we talk about football winning, we envision a federation executive that has a wider knowledge of the game and understands that the development of the game is directly proportional to the welfare status of footballers. Nti federation yetegeera nti omupiira okukula musambi yalina okukula, era omusambi bw'abeera mu mbeera entuufu, then football will grow, because footballers are the real business. We envision a federation that understands that their primary role is to protect footballers, and in doing so they'll be protecting the game, being that they are the real business. A federation yetegeera tuweyagala omupiira okukula olina kuprotectinga musambi wa mupiira because ye business, era bw'omuprotectinga n'omupiira oba oguprotectinze era gujja kukula. We envision an environment where all national association assets or properties like FUFA House, Njelu Technical Center, just to mention a few, are legally registered in the legal federation names. Not as it is right now, where the national association assets are at the verge of extinction. For example, FUFA House in Mengo is in Nkwanga Construction and Supplies Limited. Njelu Technical Center is in Scoreline Investments Limited. They have acquired other properties. As we speak right now, they are calling themselves FUFA the Trust. So our properties are at the verge of extinction. So we envision a national association that can protect, or an executive that can protect national association assets. Otherwise, as we speak right now, those are for personal or private gains. They can use it in any way they want. We envision a federation that understands that it's their responsibility to set up systems or programs that empower players, ex-players, and ex-internationals to be able to work in the football industry, because their knowledge and experience or understanding of the game can't be matched by mere football profiteers as it is of late. Abantu abategeera omupiira gwemmanyi mu nsi yonna n'ensi ezikulakulanye mu mupiira, toyina ngeri gy'osobola comparingamu musambi wa mupiira na muntu yajja kukolamu business. Yes, of course, aba business wonna tubeetaaga. Omupiira gwetaaga ba investors, gwetaaga ba consumers abawagizi, gwetaaga abantu ab'enjawulo. But you need to understand the role of the federation is to make sure it has transitional programs. Somebody after playing football, he can still work in football, because they are a special human resource that can really as in contribute to the development of the game. Otherwise, when you talk about ex-internationals of what? Of canoeing? Ex-internationals of football. So, a federation that understands that there must be programs for the real stakeholders and the major stakeholders of the game in different aspects. When we talk about football winning, we envision a federation executive that has a wider knowledge of the football industry and understands that all football people can work in the football industry. Twaga federation etegera nti si buli omu b'omupiira nti bw'omwempawali ng'ayagala kubeera FIFA president. Niyo omuntu ategera nti bonna ab'omupiira basobola okukola mu mupiira. We envision a federation executive that understands that football is not the 5 local best players of the national team, but rather the 10,000s of them who play in all local competitions on all levels. We envision a federation ekimanyi nti omupiira si national team oba abasambi abo 5 10 ababa from local competitions ababeera bali ku national team, but rather nti omupiira be bali bonna ba grassroots 3,000s of players abazanya. Si bino bye tulaba kati players as a national team, somebody 3 games in a year. Buli omu kwakola ki? Kwalwezera kwajja n'agamba nti nzera omupiira gukuze nnyo national team. No. You know, when we talk about football winning, we envision a federation with a competent leadership that has a wider understanding about the football industry and also has a bigger vision for the game, not the mediocrity of declaring or claiming historical or miracle achievements for mere qualifying among the 24 teams in Africa for AFCON. Even despite our predecessors having reached the AFCON finals, and the entire East African region having also in recent times qualified for the same tournament, maybe except Somalia. But you never know, even if the warrant was there, you never know also they would have qualified. So we need a federation executive or leadership that has a wider knowledge and a bigger vision for the game, not just mere qualifying for the AFCON. It is a miracle achievement. No, that's not the federation we are talking about. You know, when you talk about football winning, we envision a federation leadership that can't degenerate our beautiful game to that obscene level, where someone who doesn't have any clue about the game or who doesn't have any attachment anywhere in the game or in the football industry is the one representing the topmost level of competition in our beautiful game, just because of political selfish interests. Titusobola kujolonga mupiira kutuka ku level eyo nti omuntu talina kakwate konna ku mupiira oba talina wali mu mupiira atakutegera na gutegera atamanyi bikolamu yakulira league esinga mu Uganda era ya representing when they are making decisions. Honorable Nakiwala Kiyingi tayina kyamanyi ku mupiira era tayina wali mu mupiira, and she cannot make any football argument or be involved. Newe twogera yakulembera omupiira, yali ku topmost level y'omupiira era yategeerera n'amakirabu era bakolanga we baagala, naye tayina kirabu tayina na wali. No, twetaga federation tasobola kujulonga mupiira kutuka ku level eyo. When we talk about, football winning, we talk about a federation that understands that it's their mandate to preserve or advocate for the preservation of the few football facilities or stadia that we have, that have so much football industry in the different communities. Not like these football profiteers who didn't find it important to come out and stand with the sports fraternity, like the boxers, when Nakivubo Stadium, where most of our Ugandan football history lies, was being taken by business people. But wala wana Nakivubo, what they know kuvayo kola what the statement nejo kumupira nga tebibakwatako bo bajja kukola business. So that is not the football we are talking about. The football we are advocating for batwala lugogo ibisayo byonna babitwala but tekibakwatako even to advocate. So the federation that we are advocating for, or the football, when we talk about football winning, we are talking about the federation leadership, or we envision the federation leadership that understands that the football industry has a very huge potential to create a huge social and economic impact to the Ugandan society, as it can contribute to the youth unemployment reduction and also increase government revenue through talent export and sports tourism. A federation etegeera nti omupiira gusobola okukyusa n'eggwanga lino era gusobola okuyamba ku the unemployment problem we have n'okwongera okuleeta revenue mu nsi yaffe ne sports tourism. You know, when you talk about football winning, we envision a federation executive that understands that football is bigger than them. Not like nowadays where our football industry has been shrunk and run as somebody's personal property. Somebody is just running football as if it's their personal property. But as a football industry, it is far, far bigger than anyone, including myself. So the federation that we are advocating for football winning should be something different, something exceptional. You know, when we talk about football winning, we envision a corrupt-free and professional federation that doesn't need to buy journalists to protect their fraud or its fraud. As you have witnessed, money scandal after scandal. That is not. So when we are talking about football, that is the dream that we so much crave for. It is so loud in our minds that we cannot just mute it. And the only way we can go back and sleep safe sound in our beds when that dream has come to pass. Ekirooto ekyo nga Uganda is on top of the football charts in Africa and in the world. Ekirooto nga ab'omupiira beeyagalira mu mupiira gwabwe kyekirooto kye tulina. And we are willing to sacrifice everything we have to see that it comes to pass for the greater good of our children and grandchildren to come. Kulwa obulungi lw'abatabani baffe ne bazzukulu baffe. Kulwa abaana baffe ne bazzukulu baffe. Balina okulaba ku kirooto ekyo. And it starts now. And by the way, we should all understand that for this beautiful dream to be realized, as we have just shared it with you, it can only be realized when we have a legal regime. It can only be realized, that beautiful dream, when we have a legal regime that is accountable to all the football stakeholders and the Ugandan public. You should know we don't have any personal grudge with anyone, including Mr. Magogo and cohorts. Actually, we just differed on principle. And I have met Mr. Magogo twice. And in all our discussions, we have been very clear that for sustainable development of our beautiful game, we need to do things that are in tandem with the law. And it is exactly the same thing that we told the FIFA delegation that came to meet us at Emini Pasha in 2013, in November 2013, when they tried to convince us to enter and affiliate with Tufufa Limited, pledging to advocate everything for us, which we vehemently refused. Because we understand that for anything to be sustainable, it must be done within the law. Or otherwise, it's just a matter of time that all these illegal activities will be rendered null and void, and we shall find ourselves back to square one. So it is better, it's unfortunate, but it's better to go slow but when we know we shall reach our final destination. That is the dream, and that's what we want. So, my beautiful people, I would like to remind you once again, when you're privileged to know, then taking action becomes your responsibility. Since now you know that the dream that we are advocating for, then what? Allow me to end our third episode here and hope to catch up with you in our next episode next Monday as we tackle another yet very important question. Thank you so much. Cheers. Be blessed. I always remain Daniel Walusimbi, your legitimate FOFA president. Ciao.